as a fighter pilot and has experienced an ejection firsthand. In TV and movies, a fighter pilot ejecting from their jet comes across as a cut and dry procedure. In reality, the process is complicated, violent, and leaves most pilots with severe injuries. About 20 to 30% of fighter pilots experience some sort of spinal fracture as a result. But in most cases, ejection seat technology is the difference between life and death. So, how exactly does this technology work? And what is it like to experience an ejection?
0 seconds, the first thing that's going to happen is you just send a signal to essentially start the process of ejecting.
This handle, which sits between the pilot's legs, sends an electrical impulse to the aircraft to release the bolts holding the cockpit's canopy in place. A set of small rockets in the front then push the canopy up and out of the pilot's way. Then, an explosive cartridge underneath the seat goes off to catapult the pilot out of the cockpit. This initiates the seat's rocket boosters, which propel the pilot 100 to 200 feet upward. Sensors within the seat measure the plane's speed and the ambient air pressure to determine whether the pilot is at a low altitude and the parachute needs to be deployed immediately, or whether they're at a higher altitude and the parachute needs to be delayed until they reach thicker air. In the latter case, the seat will still deploy a smaller chute known as a drogue, which helps lower the pilot's rate of descent and stabilize the seat from careening into a deadly spin. Once the main parachute is deployed, a motor automatically fires, finally releasing the pilot from the seat. This entire process exerts 14 to 16 times the force of gravity on fighter pilots' bodies.
It's going to go up the rails, it's a catapult, and it's going to fire you up about 50 feet per second. And then the rocket's going to go off. And depending on where you are and what seat you're in, it's 5 to 20 Gs going up those rails. And within 2 to 4 seconds, depending on what mode of flight you're in, you're going to have a full parachute.